Welcome to Top Speed. I'm your host Christy, and today in our garage is the 2008 Subaru Tribeca Limited. The Tribeca is a 5 or 7-seat mid-size SUV. It was first introduced to the market in 2005. Built on the Subaru Legacy platform, the Tribeca was inspired by the B9X concept car. The name Tribeca was inspired by the Tribeca neighborhood in New York City. Now, in 2008, it has evolved into its second generation. This 2008 model was introduced at the 2007 New York International Auto Show, and it was introduced with a rather nice facelift, as well as a larger EZ36 3.6-liter engine, which produces 256 horsepower. To top it off, Subaru even claimed that the new Tribeca produces 10% better fuel economy, with 16 city and 21 highway. The starting price for the standard Tribeca is $30,000. The Limited has a starting price of $32,500. Our test vehicle is priced at $37,300 because it's a limited trim and is loaded with the Convenience Group Package number 1 and the Protection Group Package number 1. So now that we have more background on the 2008 Subaru Tribeca, let's go outside with Philippe and Miles and check it out.
Thank you, Christy. We are now in front of the Subaru Tribeca. As you can see, Subaru did a great job upgrading the previous odd look of Subaru that had very weird front and very strange headlights. Right now, the Tribeca got very much back into the norm with a regular rectangular headlight and a regular shaped hood as well. Big Subaru badge, and I would say the most distinctive part of the Tribeca in the front is this very massive bumper with a little like painted accent in the middle and some massive fog lamp also. The overall car is very aggressive. You can also note a couple of other pieces that stand out, like the side fenders that are flared out a little bit and tell you a lot about the character that Subaru wants to show a more sporty SUV. On the side, Subaru is also very much a sport car looking with some massive alloy wheels and some very big side mirrors and a line that get thinner towards the back. You can see here the windows arches are getting smaller and a relatively small back window right there. The car looks extremely compact, especially if you consider the fact that it's a 7-seater car. So the back door is relatively stretched so that the final part of the body look a lot more compact. So you have a 7-passenger car, but it really looks like a regular SUV and doesn't lose its sporty character. One fun part on the Subaru Tribeca, you see here when you open the car or open the door, you cannot see it really during the day, but you have some LED light that project light on the floor, so it kind of highlights the car a little bit when you get in at night. Aside of that, nothing special. You have some roof rack on our limited edition, some chrome door handle, and towards the back, that's certainly where the Tribeca shows even more its sporty look, and with a very pronunciated like a dual exhaust headlight that fin up, and the boot kind of like sticks out and follows this very nice spoiler right there. Also a very slanted back window, very tinted. That's original tint, and the overall is very aggressive and a lot more like the smaller Subaru in the group. It still looks pretty compact. Again, the fact that the window is so slanted and pushed towards the back gives a quite nice room on the back. If you open the trunk, you can see here the third row seats that can be bring down pretty easily. Just push right there, like this, and here you go. You have full SUV trunk space right here, so it's very easy to bring up and down. You can also, of course, fold flat the second row seat if you want to. That's it for the outside. Let's see how it drives with Miles.
All right, we're in our Subaru Tribeca, and we're in the best seat as always because we're behind the wheel. This is where it gets a little bit polarizing. There are some people who really like this funky sort of space age shiny interior, and then there are people who really hate this funky space age really shiny interior. If this is the car for you, you're going to get in it, you're going to look at it, you're going to make your decision instantly. As far as the layout goes, though, everything's well within reach. The buttons, dials, the climate control, everything is nice and logical. Our only one gripe is we have a satellite navigation system, which is a touchscreen, but it's also a little bit of a reach for many people to get to. It's very easy to see from the road, it's just a little bit hard to replot your points. But the rest of the car does really well. Sitting behind the wheel, it's a nice, chunky, 3-spoke steering wheel, and what it does is it telegraphs the road well. And that actually goes a little bit more into the ride, and this has a really more rally kind of ride. It's a little bit more of a sports car ride. To tell you the truth, if it wasn't for the fact that I can look in the rear view mirror right now and see the car's bulk, I would swear it's a much smaller car. And maybe that's just what's going on here, so it wants to be a little bit more of a sporting image. It has Subaru's 6-cylinder boxer engine. It's a 3.6-liter one, the biggest one they make. Now, a boxer engine is something that Ferdinand Porsche really liked. That's why it's all in the Porsche 911s. He thought it's the idea it gets the most out of the car when it's in the boxer horizontally opposed shapes. Well, that's something that Subaru likes very much as well, and that's why they use it in their cars too. In this one, again, biggest engine, the 3.6-liter, so it wants to race. It has a really nice sound to it. Unfortunately, the car is a little heavy, which means it's not a pure sports car. It's not exactly a WRX. In fact, a better way of saying is it's probably a WRX for the dad who didn't want to give up his WRX. In a comparison, we had the Ford Flex in our fleet not too long ago, and what that car did in the drive is it was a very nice light drive. The steering wheel just sort of let you go everywhere, and you really understood where you were going in that car. It was a nice floaty ride. And like I said, the Flex was just like this car. It was a 7-passenger car, around $37,000, just like this one. But with our Tribeca, again, the road is a little bit harder. It's just, you feel it a little bit more. To say it another way, the Flex, just sort of you're along for the ride. In the Subaru, you're part of the driving experience.
Well, that's all we have for today on the 2008 Subaru Tribeca. Tune in next time for our next test drive.